Hi, and welcome back to Pittman's Pumpkin Patch, Pittman's Garden Patch. It's August 18th, 2014. Excuse me. And I'm posting this video so I can see if anybody out there can help me identify what kind of problem I got going on with my pumpkin patch. This happens to me every single year, okay, where the older leaves, I go about a month and a half to 2 months, everything's lush and green, everything looks great. And then the older leaves start dying off, and they start and it goes very fast too. It rapidly dies off, and then it progressively moves up the vine closer to the newer growth. Now the newer growth is still lush and green, and the pumpkins are still growing and everything. So I don't know if I have a fungal disease. I have been spraying, so things still seem to be progressing instead of halting any. Let me get some close-up. You can see some of this may look like fungal diseases. Some things look like drought conditions or stress conditions. I do have an irrigation system. You can see the PVC pipe running in there, and I drill holes in there, and it gets water right to the root zone. And take a look at this leaf right here. I mean, look at this. Dry, crunchy, and it usually starts off in the edges, and here's an underside of the leaf. It's just crazy. I don't understand it. Here's some older leaves that are yellowing out. Show you, like right here. Look at this. I mean, you can see it looks like some yellowing and browning, which sometimes indicates a fungal disease, but it also could be just drought condition, and it's just so hard to tell. I water on a timer, so it goes for 3 or 4 minutes every 12 hours. So I can't imagine that it's getting too little water, but every time I stick my finger in the soil, it's still kind of pretty bone dry. So I keep on watering, but I don't want to overwater either. So show you some more. Look at this. Okay, see the yellowing, and then it just starts browning out, and it's just all dead, crunchy. You can see one of my watermelons, one of my pumpkins right there, doing nice. But you can see, look at this. Just one of the older leaves, just decimated. Let me show you some more examples. Now here is an example of what generally is healthier growth. But you can see even on some of the healthier growth, look at that right in there. See how that's all starting to get yellow and brown right on the edges of this nice healthy green leaf, but it's already starting there. Looks like maybe possibly some downy mildew. But again, I've been spraying that, it covers that kind of stuff, so I don't know why it would still keep progressing along. Here's an example. Crunchy, dried out old leaves and things, and just some things look, hopefully that's a pumpkin that got pollinated, and it looks like it's slowly starting to grow, so that's good. But look at here, right down here, here's a good little teeny little leaf. Okay. You can see on this leaf right here, it's just kind of like it's losing all of its chlorophyll or its nitrogen or whatever, not sure which. You can see right there on the leading edge, getting dried out, crisped up. Okay. Oh, let me see if I can take you in on this one through the trellis. Sorry about that. Okay. And you can see right here, sorry. Look at this. Brown on the edge, then yellow, then green. Okay, all right. So now look at there. What in tarnation is that? Look at you. You're probably eating my leaves, aren't you? Okay, move out here. See some stuff going on here on the edges. These leaves, and I've cleared out a lot of stuff because things are just looking so bad. I mean, look at in here. You can see some of the yellowing that's starting to take place. And these are younger leaves that are starting, it just creeps up the vine. That's what gets me. It starts, I know at the end of the season, you know, your vines start dying back. I understand that. But this is not the end of the season. And this stuff goes on repeatedly, year after year. I mean, look at this. Constantly does that stuff. And when I look under the bottom of the leaves, I don't see any, you know, any bug damage. Now I know I have squash bugs and I've been treating for those things, you know, and it's just really demoralizing year after year that this stuff goes on. And I just can't seem to ever keep a good lush green pumpkin patch throughout the whole season, you know. You can see right here on this leaves here, it looks like some kind of fungal disease. Okay, you can see the brown with the yellow, so that kind of generally indicates that. But I've also seen pictures where they say it's drought related, that, you know, not getting enough water. So I just don't know. You know, I'm not a. Here's the leaf that's got some stuff going on it, and again, I just sprayed last night. And here, but see here, you look at this stuff, and a lot of this stuff is pretty lush and green. This is the newer stuff, you know, all nice and green looking, and you know, and look at my pile of leaves I cut out just out of a small part of the patch today. And let me show you just from some of the leaves. I mean, goes from looking like that. Okay. You can see on this next leaf, you know, and if you pull out the bottom, you know, I'm not seeing any rings on there, so I don't know if that's fungal disease. Now perhaps this portion right here might be, you know. And moving on to some more and more. And this one seems to be, you see, even there, even though it's yellowing in here, you have the brown and yellow edges are on here. And here's like the worst of the worst. If you don't get it off, this is what it eventually goes to. It just completely dies out. And it's just, you know, crazy. So if anybody out there can shed some light as to what's really going on year after year this takes place. I mean, look at this stuff. Just, you know, you hear that. There's some of it soft and dead, and other parts of it is crunchy and hard. You know, just, see? And I just don't understand it. I just don't understand why this continues to happen year after year after year. And again, you can see how I've come through here and thinned out so much of this stuff. And there's still so much more that needs to, I mean, some of the stuff is still, I left the lush green stuff obviously, but you can still probably see the beginnings of some of the things that go on. Like here's some yellowing right here. Take a look at this, see? Yellowing and browning on the edges and just getting all crunchy and dying out. And so some help would be, I mean, look at the nice pumpkin right there growing, all right? Decent, you know. Got a pumpkin growing outside here, you know. Show you some of the other pumpkins real quick that are growing on. Okay, here's this one right here, growing on there, and I think you saw the one I have over here. It's doing real nice in there. A lot of times my flowers don't even seem to open up all the way. You know, sometimes they don't completely bloom. Let me take you up into my pumpkin hammock. Pumpkin hammock, yeah, I made them. I created them out of necessity because I grew up this nice trellis that I made, nice big wooden trellis. So excuse me if this is a little jittery. Okay, here it is inside. And you can see my pumpkin is ripening. Nice, thick, sturdy green handle. But look at all this dead and dying leaves all around me. Just, you know, a lot of this has been cut out, but there's still a lot of stuff, and just crazy. But yeah, not too good, right? Not too good at all. You can see through the mesh, you can see all that nastiness. Look at that. Oh, I'm scared of bees, so I'm backing away. Bye-bye. Sorry about that. It's my little girly moment. All right, so if anyone can help me, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.